Hola, Leos. Welcome to your mid-month tune-up for June 2019. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it can apply to love, family, business, career, finances, what have you. Okay, so Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Leos? Middle of June 2019. Any messages you have that can help Leos reach your higher ground, become closer to the universe and closer to the divine, would be greatly appreciated. Leos, middle of June 2019. What do you see? What do they need to hear? Okay. Can you show me the general influences? Leos, middle of June. What are their energies? Middle of June. Alrighty. Okay. The Fool card in reverse. Guys, keep in mind my 2019 Sun Moon readings are up. Go look up your Sun Moon signs and check those out in my playlist. Check out your predictions for 2019. In the challenge position, you have the 8 of Cups in reverse and you have the 9 of Coins in reverse. What advice do you have for Leos? I'm also on Instant Go if you need a quick answer to a quick question, and I upload weeklies to Facebook and Insta if you want to message me on there. Advice, you have the Knight of Staves in reverse. And then moving forward out of June into July, you guys have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And keep in mind, if this reading resonates, consider personal reading. Rates, info, and my email are below. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and get that worked out, okay? So, alrighty, so we're going to start off with the Fool card in reverse. Classic thing with the Fool card in reverse, and I will pull clarifiers on these, as I always do. You kind of did something, you jumped into something that maybe you shouldn't have, didn't do a lot of thinking beforehand, didn't do a lot of preparation, didn't kind of think of the consequences. You were like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. And then in doing so, then you immediately find out afterwards why you shouldn't have done it. Either you suffer huge consequences as a result, you realize the downsides of your rash and impulsive behavior, whatever it was. The Fool card is a journey that shouldn't have been taken. It was a journey without a plan. It was something that was done recklessly, okay? So that's what I feel like kind of the general, and it could be also getting into a relationship that you weren't certain about, but you went ahead and you did it anyway, all right? So it could be any of those or any combination of those things. In the challenge position here, we have the 8 of Cups with the 9 of Coins in reversed. So I'm feeling like with the 8 of Cups, you can't leave this situation for some reason. I'm not saying you're tied to it, but you keep on going back to it. You don't seem to want to. You can't leave the situation, and one of the reasons why you can't leave the situation, because this is sitting here with the 9 of Coins, you're very dependent. You're very dependent. It could be on a relationship or a person. You could be or an entity. So you're dependent on them financially. You're dependent on them in whatever reason. You're just, you can't leave because you're dependent on them. I don't want to sound like I'm reiterating. So, I mean, to give you a couple of scenarios, I mean, you could be, in a relationship where somebody, is holding the purse strings, so they have all the money, or you took some sort of job and it pays really well, but you realize that it's not the right fit, or that you're doing more work than you had actually intended, or it wasn't quite what you thought it was, and regretting, that decision. So, I mean, since it's a general reading, it's kind of however, it kind of, but I do feel like it's money based, that you want to leave, but you feel like you need to return back, because you would be in a difficult situation if you were to leave. Okay. It's also, I feel like, a fear of leaving. You feel like there aren't better options out there. So you're just kind of staying where you are, because you're not sure if you were to leave, what you would choose or what you would be doing, and you just kind of be wandering around. So at least, it's better to know the situation that you're in than, and that's not advice. I'm just saying that the challenge is, you feel like it's better to stay in the situation that you're in than to go out and explore the unknown. In the advice, we have the Knight of Staves in reverse here. This is about delays, frustrated about lack of progress. This is a temporary thing. It usually will pass. The advice is just make sure you hold on to your plans, make sure you hold on to your self-belief, because whatever you did here, one of the reasons that you might have done it is out of self-interest. So I feel like they're saying, just kind of let that go, realize that you did it, and you can still hold on to what you wanted to do. It's hard to do these readings because they're so general, and then it's general on top of general. So it's a bunch of people, and then it's a bunch of general topics. So however it kind of resonates, and then it's hard for me to articulate it. But I feel like whatever it was just kind of the way you went about doing it, or that you were too hasty. So there is another way of achieving this. I just feel like the advice is to stay focused on what you want, but just kind of rethink how you go about getting there. Okay. Four of Cups is here as you move out of June into July. And with the Four of Cups, I don't get, the Four of Cups for me is always a card of inaction. Not doing anything, just kind of sitting and waiting. Waiting for a phone call, waiting for a text, waiting for a homing pigeon to land on your shoulder and tell you what to do. Waiting to receive, some sort of message. And that's not really what you should be doing. So you really need to take charge of this again. So if it didn't work out before, and you find out why it didn't work out, and you're staying in this situation, and here it's saying hold on to your self-belief, here it's saying you need to do something to make change. Okay, if you just, I'm getting a lot of you are staying in a situation because you feel like you have to, or out of fear, like I said back here, about what's out there, and they're telling you that's not going to work out for you. And also while you're doing that, you're going to miss a lot of opportunities, so possibly a lot of job offers, a lot of suitors, things like that, while you stay in this situation. Why is the Fool card here in reverse for Leos? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages. A Fool card in reverse for Leos. General energy is mid-June. Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages, please. Person, personality, perspective. Okay. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Try not to have like periods of silence, but I just got back from a trip and I'm tired. Okay, the Chariot. Sorry for the skip. Those of you that know me know that it happens. Okay, so we had the Chariot card and also pulled out the Eight of Cups in the upright. Now I'm feeling you got into this situation. So you got into something suddenly without thinking about it or anything because you wanted to get out of another situation. So it could have been a job. It could have been a relationship. I kind of see that with the Ace of Cups. The Chariot card, that's a card of Cancer for those of you that resonates, but the Chariot card, you're very fiercely and determined. So I feel like you were very determined to get out of a situation that you were in, or that you're going to be in, because we're talking about mid-June. And you know how it's like out of the frying pan into the fire? I feel that sort of happened. You moved away from something because it wasn't fulfilling you, or you had emotionally checked out, or what have you. You were determined to find something else. Thinking your situation would improve. Thinking that the struggle that you were kind of going through in this other place, if you made this change, then you would recover, you would move on from this. But I don't feel that was the case. I think you found out that there were some disadvantages to what you did. You were hoping things were going to work out. You were very confident things were going to work out. You were confident you were going to end up in a better situation, but I don't feel like that's what it ended up being. Why is this Eight of Cups here in reversed for Leos in the challenge position? Why is the Eight of Cups in reverse for Leos challenge position? Who is this person? What is this energy? Eight of Cups, please, for Leos. Knight of Swords. Alrighty, and well, let me pull on the Nine of Coins here too. So why is this Nine of Coins here in reverse for Leos? There's your card, the Strength card in the upright. The Death card. Okay, so I'm just going to go with what I immediately got. So I'm seeing the Eight of Cups and, not being able to leave because you don't know what's out there. And I see this Knight of Swords here, and I see the Six of Swords in the upright. So the Knight of Swords is in reverse. And I almost feel like the decision to move away was very hasty. To move away from whatever this situation was. And I don't think it was done with clear thought. I think it was just like it wasn't a controlled decision. I guess that's a good way, but it wasn't a controlled, thought out decision. It was just, it came up suddenly, and you got on your boat, and you just kind of, with the Six of Swords, you packed up all your stuff and said, this is the way I'm going, because I don't want to be in this anymore, and this is the way I'm going. I'm not going to look back. I'm going to make it happen. But it's weird that Eight of Cups is here, because I feel like things didn't necessarily work out as you thought. So, like I said, you're stuck in this situation. because you made the leap, you decided to be in it, now you're having a hard time getting out of it. So the dependence that you have on this entity or this person, we have the Strength card here. I see you trying to get your strength back so that you can leave the situation for good. But it's a challenge for you. It's a challenge getting your strength or being strong enough so that you can leave this situation. It's a challenge for you to end it and not look back. Okay, so you want to purge, you want to clean break, you want to move from this. So it's really interesting, but you're stuck for sure. You're gonna have to post up in the comments what this is, a person or a company or whatever. Why is this Knight of Staves here? Who is this person? And this could have affected your confidence a little bit, because I feel like you really thought it was going to work out, but I feel like it was an impulsive decision. Okay, almost like the situation you were in was so bad, it made the other thing look better than it actually was. And then once you were in it, you found out that's not the case. And then once you're in it, it's hard for you to get out of it. And I hope that makes sense. Why is the Knight of Staves here in the advice position for Leo? Who is this person? What's this energy? Person. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles in reversed. The Knight of Pentacles in reversed. So I feel like for advice, even though you're in this situation right now, and it isn't working, I see that with the Three of Pentacles. It isn't working. It isn't a productive environment. It's not productive environment, okay? There's not progress because either there's dissension among the ranks or what have you, or the people that you're working with, they aren't all on board in regards to something. And the Knight of Pentacles here is telling you to come up with some kind of plan, okay, to move forward. But a plan that doesn't have any risk. Something that's conservative, something that you know is going to work out, has a little risk involved with it. Because I see him looking forward, and the Knight of Pentacles is all about, you know, making sure he has a strategy, he knows what he's getting into, and that it's 100% going to work out as he's moving forward. And that's probably something you learned from your impulsivity that you had, or your desperation to get out of a situation so badly that you got into a situation, or you made a situation worse, okay? And here's the Two of Pentacles here, where they're saying you don't really have to stay in this situation. You might be staying in this situation or with this person or what have you because it's secure. So here's making a choice. And he's holding on this little stick, and he's holding on to the world. To me, this stick is always the stick of safety and the path known. And this is taking a risk, turning your visions into reality. What's out there? How can I kind of make that happen? And I feel like they're telling you don't have to stay in this situation. It's not safe. It's not for you. It's time for you to and wait a little while, because the Two of Wands is about kind of waiting for everything to come in before you make future plans. But you know, don't wait too long. But I do think you're going to be choosing to kind of like bust out of whatever this is. Even though you don't know what's out there, you might kind of get over that fear. Okay, why is the Four of Cups here? They're advising you to do it. Here I'm wondering if I don't see a lot of action going on here as you move out of June into July. Who is this person? Was this energy? Additional messages for the Four of Cups in reverse for Leos as they move out of June into July. Why is the Four of Cups here? Who is this person? What is this energy? Pulling out these two. Yeah, you're not going because you have a lot of anxiety. You don't know what's out there. When you think about it, your mind starts to... So that's why you're staying put. You can't even consider other offers. You're not in a good place mentally with that that Page of Swords. Over worrying, overthinking things, wondering what will happen if you go ahead and make this step and kind of step out of this. Having a lot of negativity that's preventing you from moving forward. And again, you're missing opportunities because you're kind of in this space. This Page of Wands is preventing you from moving on to something new, trying something new. The Page of Wands, when he's in the upright, he's all about it. He's not a card of action, but he's a card of new ideas and new projects and things. He's a spark. You don't have the spark to move forward and do something different. You're just lingering in this situation. Maybe it's because of fear of the unknown, or you don't think if you'll be able to succeed, or you just can't because of finances. But you're definitely lingering in this situation. And it might be that you guys are loyal people, and when you make a switch to something and you stay in a situation, you're like, I'm going to be loyal because this is what I chose to do, and this is what I should follow through with it. But I mean, you can always change things. Remember, there's free will. You can always do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it. All right, if this resonates and you're going through this, consider a personal reading. Rates, info, and email are below. Just send me an email and we can make that happen. Otherwise, I will see you for your love readings in July. And keep in mind everything I said about check out my playlist for my sun moon readings, my compatibility readings. Get on Insta and Facebook for my weeklies, or you can message me on there. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnet. Bye, guys.